Hey music fans, as a roadie I had this great opportunity to tour with all these bands. I wrote a book about my experiences on the road and it was the #1 new release on Amazon and Bios and it's now sold millions of copies on Kindle. I'm Joel Roadie and this is my podcast, Party Like a Rock Star. Have we heard of a fella named Dimash? He's from Kazakhstan.
No.
All right, let's jump into that and you can let me know what you think of him.
Cool.
This next series is my friend, a colleague, a pillar in the touring industry, one of the best stage managers who's ever worked the job, Rocko Reedy. Rocco, listen to this resume, guys. He's worked as a tech, a stage manager, a production manager, and a rigger. He's toured with STYX, Kansas, Cheap Trick, REO Speedwagon, Loverboy, Robin Trower, Bryan Adams, John Mellencamp, Aerosmith, Bon Jovi, The Scorpions, Kiss, MC Hammer, Def Leppard, Eric Clapton, U2 for 30 years, Journey, Nine Inch Nails, Heart, Madonna, Smashing Pumpkins, Marilyn Manson, and many, many more. That was just a short list of his long resume. He's also a multiple Top Dog Award winner. The Top Dog Awards are awards given to people in the touring community. He really is an awesome guy. I enjoy talking to him, and I have the opportunity to do so regularly. I think you guys will enjoy his reactions. Also want to throw a shout out, a thank you to the people here at Chef Jay's. Chef Jay's makes these rubs, and they sent me a whole bunch of them, man. I got this one and this one and all this stuff. Last night we tried the Cluck Balsamic Herb Rub. It was really, really good. If you guys are interested in learning more about their products, you can do so at chefjbbq.com. You can also follow them, of course, on social media. On Facebook, it's Chef Jason Morse, and also on Instagram. That's Chef Jason Morse. So cool. Thank you very much. Really good stuff. I appreciate it. A very special shout out to a good one here. If you guys follow my podcast, you're aware that my girlfriend was in Japan recently, and she brought me back presents. She brought me back lots of different types of ramen. And so I got all these wonderful types of ramen, and I'm actually missing one of them because I already ate it, maybe two of them. But it was really cool. And then the tour de force, what was cool, she got me a Joel Roadie ramen. See that? That's my own ramen. So shout out to my wonderful girlfriend. Thank you so much. Guys, let's jump into this. Let's see what Rocko Reedy has to say. Let's give it a go. So this is Dimash. Dimash is out of Kazakhstan. This was my door opener. This is still my favorite track of his. And I have been selecting other stuff because it's funny. And the people are like, why do you always pick the same song? And it's like, oh, you got a point. But today somebody wrote in the comments like, why don't you play S.O.S again? I was like, you got a point. So I'm going to play you my favorite Dimash track. So you can let me know what you think of this young man. And let's see what we got. Let's give it a go.
Обладатель гран-при международного конкурса исполнителей эстрадной песни «Витебск 2015» Димаш Кудайберген, Казахстан.
Je vis, pourquoi je meurs, pourquoi j'arrive, pourquoi je pleure. Voici le S.O.S, dans ta rien en détresse. J'ai mûri hier sur toi. Je me prendrai poison, je serai dans ma peau. Je voudrais voler mon dans la voix. Je me sentirai plus beau. jeu de jour qu'au fond de la vie, avec les bons dessinés, j'ai comme deux envies, tu me t'as ma force, je sens quelque chose qui m'attire, qui m'attire, qui m'attire, voler. Pourquoi je vis, pourquoi je meurs, pourquoi je ris, pourquoi je pleure. J'y crois comme pénitence, quel était notre monde.
Wow.
What do you got to say?
Did you ever see the movie The Fifth Element?
Okay, so he actually does do a cover of it.
Does he?
Yeah, he does. He does.
When I heard his voice, that's all I could think of was that chick in the fifth, the opera singer girl, lady.
Yeah.
His voice is absolutely amazing. He's got this quality that very few singers have, and the more obvious ones are David Lee Roth and Janis Joplin, where he can hit a note and a harmony comes out as well, a harmonic harmony.
Okay.
Now think about Janis Joplin, baby, that two-note thing going on there. He's got that, and that's a very rare thing to find a singer, let alone a singer with, his range is incredible. I would kind of wonder if it wasn't a lip sync, but even so, he created it. He's capable of doing those notes, and it just was flawless. The performance was too flawless for me, and I was watching his lips, but it doesn't matter. The guy's got it. Amazing.
So I don't believe this one's a lip sync, and I actually got yelled at by them because I thought that the Fifth Element one was a lip sync, and then I had another one that he does a song called Stranger, and I brought on a friend of mine who was Michael Jackson's musical director and his vocal coach, and he said it was a lip sync, and then the management actually removed the track. Yeah, so I was like, oh, like from me, I mean, not from the YouTube. So the word lip sync is tough. The fans get very annoyed. I don't think this one's a lip sync. I've watched it a lot of times. The one I thought was, and you know what Kevin was trying to say, my friend, was that all performers do. He was Whitney Houston for years.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you can't. I mean, everyone does it. He's like, it's not. He wasn't saying bad.
Out of the dozens of artists I've worked with through the year, I can count on one hand the artists that didn't do lip sync, or play with the track or whatever. And
But
there's
you know,
nothing wrong with that. If you created it, it's part of your performance and stuff like that. And
yeah, it's not like Milli Vanilli. It means you sang it.
nobody cares. Nobody knows who Milli Vanilli is. It's like,
Well, maybe not. So yeah, but nonetheless, yeah. So that's like a trigger word here for a lot of the fans. So I just want to make sure I discuss it and say that
no, but as
I don't.
I say, I'm not offended by it. I mean, and it was interesting looking at the audience because the audience looked like they were there for an execution. They're all sitting there very straight looking, nobody's getting all. But when I was watching it, my jaw dropped as soon as
Well, I think that's it. I think the
he
audience
went from that really low note up the scale all the way to the and then he's circling Pluto. It's amazing.
It's amazing. He's really good. And I've watched a ton of his catalog now.
And where's he from?
Pardon?
Where's he from?
Kazakhstan.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean he's brilliant.
I've never heard of him. And
some of the stuff is just so good. There's a song I've been listening to lately called Olympico, and dude, so very good. So I think he's one of the big talents on the scene right now. I really enjoy, and he's a good musician actually too. He didn't play anything here, but he is. So
does he do any stuff in English?
he does. Yeah, he does. He did a Bohemian Rhapsody, I believe, or he did a Queen track, and then he does a bit in English. Yeah, but he does stuff in like 6 languages. It's pretty crazy. So he's a versatile young guy.
That's not necessarily that astounding for musicians in countries where they speak a language that only 2% of the world speak. And we're the only ones that only speak one language. The rest of the planet speaks multiple languages, and pretty much everyone, if they don't speak it, at least understands English. That's my experience.
Yeah.
Years.
All right. What's we were talking about the audience here and stuff. What's the largest the venue that you stage managed? We'll say stage managed a gig with the most attendees in the audience. What was it?
I'm sure that I'll forget which a bigger venue, but probably Slane Castle with 120,000 people.
Wow, who was that with?
You.
U2. Okay, cool. How long were you with U2?
30 years.
That's awesome. Okay, cool. Let's jump into some more metal. You said you're a fan, so let's jump into Japan. Have you heard of a band called Lovebites?
Right,
great. You'd have? Okay, cool. Let's jump into a track. You can let me know what you think.
What caught my ear when I first heard the name of their band was that it's a Def Leppard song. Yeah.
Right. But they didn't name the band after Def Leppard.
Not at all. And that's what I really love about it.
Yeah.
I love calling up Joe Elliott because Joe is he's all over all new music, and he knows, and he knows every little detail about him. And I said, "So have you heard about this band Lovebites?" And he's like, "I'm going to call my attorney."
Oh, did he?
I jokingly said that. And then, I spoke to him later about it, and he goes, "Dude, they just rock."
So good. So, all right, let's jump into that right here. The track I selected is called The Hammer of Wrath.
Yeah, of course it is.
Of course it is. Let's give it a go here. And you can tell me what you think. Hey, the podcast is over. What are you still doing here? Well, while you're here, like and subscribe. Thanks.